And we're going to go right into the first match. We got Bim versus Azazel.
Bim versus Azazel. This should be very interesting. Bim, somebody wake him up. Oh, there it is. All right.
Oh, man. Bim losing the beard from his last appearance.
Meanwhile, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. His beard is no longer there. I feel like he started playing really, really well after the beard disappeared.
Oh, man. It was holding him back.
Yeah, the beard was holding him back a little bit. But interesting to note, we do not have a very strong Machamp player in South Florida. So this is a matchup that Bim himself is extremely unfamiliar with. And not only is it a matchup he does not have a familiarity with, it's just, even if he did, you know, from net play or from other mid-level players, there's nobody at the level of Azazel playing Machamp.
And the thing is, Azazel is all the way from Japan, so there is a definite difference between the style of Japanese players and the style of American players. From what I've noticed, Japanese players tend to be pretty safe. Everything they do is like plus on block or at least neutral, and that is one of their strong points for sure.
Absolutely. So I guess we'll see how Azazel approaches this Sceptile matchup. I know the Japanese players did think Sceptile was the best character in the game quite some time ago. I think that was before DLC, but I'm sure they still think very highly of Sceptile as a character.
Right. And yeah, not too many Machamps here.
No, not too many Machamps at all. I know Ouroboros does have pocket Machamp, but we don't see it very often. Aside from that, so I know there's Muscle, who did actually make it into the final bracket today, but I didn't see him in either the upper bracket or lower bracket, so I guess he's been eliminated already.
Right.
Should be a very interesting matchup. Both these characters at the opposite end of the spectrum. Machamp very, very high damage output, but it only needs to hit you a few times to take a match, while Sceptile has extremely low damage, but can hit you many, many times.
Yeah, the Sceptile setups are kind of crazy, because he can kind of keep Machamp in that mid-range with his Giga Drain, with his bullet speed.
Alright, Azazel starting off early with that karate chop, gonna get him in there.
Oh yeah.
Using that down wide, that is a 9-frame startup attack. Probably the fastest thing you can do after block shooting, trying to catch your opponent jumping out.
And he gets the debuffs from that detect as well.
Alright. Wow. Alright, looks like Bim's gonna play a little safe in field phase. He obviously doesn't want to put himself in position to get mixed up by Machamp.
Right. And yeah, in the field phase, what can Machamp do? He tries throwing his rocks, but he is just getting an onslaught of leaves in his face.
Yeah. Field phase from Machamp is extreme. He has a very, very weak field phase. In fact, probably considered the weakest in the game.
Yeah. But somehow these Japanese players really make it work. Once they close the distance, Machamp goes in.
He's getting the air hit up forward X, leads right into the cross crop.
Ooh, and that combo is a lot easier to hit on. Oh wow, he gets full conversion, amazing.
So
Yamolga
immediately out of that. And already look at Bim's HP, 6 HP remains. And he has the what is it called on deck also. Oh, using that wake up slap to kind of stall himself in the air, but still ends up getting hit.
Okay, goes right into his first attack mode with 10 seconds left.
Just trying to get that life lead, but it doesn't matter because his burst attack is going to get grabbed by Machamp.
Man, what an answer.
Yeah, great patient play by Azazel. He knew Bim activated his synergy burst just to get that HP boost. He was probably trying to time him out, honestly, worst case scenario.
Right. Okay, see a DC backwards just feeling out his opponent.
Nice. Wow, that forward X actually comboing into itself on air hits.
Amazing.
Again, Bim trying to space himself out. You know, obviously you want Machamp as far away from you as possible, but the farther Bim is, the lower his damage is going to be.
Man, he does that anti-air right in his face. It doesn't work out for him, though.
Like, just to get himself out of screen. That was pretty risky, though. We've seen that Azazel's not afraid of just grabbing on wake up.
Right, yeah. Even on first attack.
There it is. Just grab after the lead plate. I guess Bim was expecting the bullet seed to kind of sprout. Again, you see karate chop helping him get in there, and another grab will punish this down X from Bim as Azazel takes game number 1.
Yeah, I think the matchup inexperience is really kind of showing from Bim's end.
A couple of mistakes by Bim, that down X at the end. I'm not sure. From that distance, it's going to be unsafe. I think at a max distance, it is safe. Bim probably not too happy about that, because he was playing pretty well. Just a couple of mistakes. He got grabbed 3-4 times in that round. That was it.
Yeah, this is early enough in the bracket, but it's still 2 out of 3. So Bim taking some time in between the matches is definitely the right call. Do you think he's going to switch up any of his supports?
I think it's possible, but no. Yamolga is really, really good against Machamp. It also extends his combos mid-screen. It's great for just getting a mid-combo debuff, and this debuff is just really, really bad from the champ.
Right.
Azazel thinking with the Whimsicott. Not a support set I think he'd use against Sceptile. I guess field phase it helps him out a little bit, but he's been banging out that front chop with the counter, and another counter will get that weak string reversal. There's just the bullet seed lock string by itself.
How can you pressure from mid-screen from Sceptile?
It's weird, honestly. Honestly, all he has to do is sidestep that.
True. Oh, what an air grab, too.
Air grab. Will, of course, grab opponent standing on the ground. Bam not blocking on wake up. Interesting.
That is the first air grab we have seen thus far from a champion set.
Still trying to use his wake up slap to stall himself. I think it's pretty risky doing Sceptile because his anti-airs are so good.
Right. Oh, and the magical leaf as well. This is such a hard position, but Azazel just holding his ground. Not too much chip damage on the shield.
I'm just jumping around with the setup of bullet seed.
Yeah.
It has much lower recovery than actually just jumping, so.
Okay, and he puts out the Whimsicott for good measure. Oh, he jumps right over that. That would have initiated a field phase.
That's actually pretty interesting that he was able to jump over that forward Y. That forward Y would have broken his guard if he chose to block it. Wow, just going straight in with that. Yep. So like I said, forward X in the corner will lead to a ridiculous amount of damage. It's really just 2 hits.
Yeah, and that's Machamp, right? He was just waiting for that time to come in and get that wall combo.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see him do forward X like that. It's an extremely dangerous attack to do in neutral.
Right.
That coming in clutch right there. The champ's counterattack is kind of questionable. I guess it's more useful in field phase because you cannot low stand sits.
Right.
Oh, wow, I love that. Azazel realizing there's way too much startup of Mulga for that to be a block string. Great. Uses the bullet seed startup to evade that grab.
Ooh, and he goes right into the leaf blade on mid screen there because he doesn't have access to a Mulga. Okay. Yeah, not too many Giga Drains and whatnot we're seeing from the Sceptile.
Honestly, Azazel really hasn't been at the distance where Giga Drain.
Yeah, been opting to go for that particular combo because he thought he would get the wall.
Oh, been trying to detect that corner. This is going to be a ton of damage. Wow.
Ooh.
And now one more mix-up is all he needs. Then, yeah, of course, going to activate a Synergy Burst. And nice, gets out of that grab.
Breaks the grab and goes right into his burst attack?
This is damn, he isn't flashing red HP. This actually might be it. I'm not. Is Machamp also in Synergy Burst? Yeah, it's not going to matter anyway.
Yeah. He did a couple hits before, but not enough to do the scaling.
I think it was just one hit before that, so the scaling, honestly, not much preparation from one hit,
right.
Especially when it's crit.
Right.
So Azazel kind of stuck in that situation. Not much you can do right there.
Yeah.
Hold that. One thing you can do, though, if you start charging your counterattack a little bit too late, you can aim for your opponent's VCA frames and try and hit them while they're lose their vulnerability from their counterattack, but very hard to time.
It's interesting that when he gets the bullet seeds on the ground, he's not opting to go for Giga Drain after they erupt.
Can't Giga Drain in field phase, unfortunately, but in dual phase he does
have
that
in dual
option.
phase, yeah.
And great that grab. I love Azazel. He just has no fear, man. He'll just walk up to you and grab. See a DC and that down Y will. I love it. It's both a low attack and an anti-air because he has 4 arms. That up X going to get him out of that situation and a full combo from this.
Right.
Phase shift going to save Azazel from a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not using Whimsicott right now.
I'm not sure why he's not using either. I guess
It's one of the few times it would really net him an advantage, especially the way that Bim is playing in the field phase.
Yeah, field phase is definitely where you want to go. Nice. Jumping right over that Giga Drain. Oh yeah, he was looking for a reset right there. That's why Bim was able to get that Synergy Burst out. He was probably just mashing it.
Using Whimsicott in conjunction with his first attack.
I love that. Kind of faking Bim. So of course when this is
my goodness.
This is maximum game. The game is so over.
What an answer! Azazel!
I love that submission cancel. Of course, while you're in Synergy Burst as Machamp, you can submission cancel as many times as you want because you don't lose the bulk up buff. Normally you can only do it once if you have bulk up on deck, but in Synergy Burst you just do it as many times as you want. He kind of did a submission cancel just to bait out Bim's burst attack.
Oh, and that is the set.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness, 2-0. Azazel taking it over Bim.
Yes, 2 out of 3 sets. So shouts to Azazel. That was a very decisive match.
Yeah.
I think it was really obvious that Bim not as experienced in this matchup as other matchups for good reason. Not a lot of Machamp players.
And Azazel, one of the few Machamps that doesn't pop off and flex after the tournament is over, after the set is over.
Not a lot of. I mean, a lot of the Japanese players, they seem pretty reserved in terms of hype, but you know, I'm sure aside from Cross, he just goes in. But most of the other Japanese players very reserved, and you know, I think something really important to note about that particular match, though, Azazel, I'm sure in Japan there are just so many Sceptile players. He's such a popular character in Japan, so probably well versed in that matchup.
Definitely. And